Yesterday, I gave credit to Mitt Romney for going to the NAACP meeting and at least having conversation there, or at least giving an important speech. Now, I didn't agree with the speech, and obviously the crowd didn't agree with the speech based on their reaction, but still credit for him going there. But then I started talking to Michael Schur on a current program, and he's at the NAACP meeting, and he started to raise some questions that were being raised there as to whether Mitt Romney was being genuine in trying to reach out to that African-American community, or if he was using them as some sort of political prop for a message that he wanted to take to other places. Well, looks like that Michael might have been right about that, because we are now getting word from reporting at a Hamilton, Montana fundraiser that Romney went to after the NAACP meeting. He said these words. Now listen carefully. He says, quote, "By the way, I had the privilege of speaking today at the NAACP Convention in Houston, and I gave him the same speech I'm giving you. I don't give different speeches to different audiences, all right? I gave them the same speech." Now, this is point number one, where he is basically bragging like, I went in there and I told them straight to their face, I'm against Obamacare, I'm against government spending, etc. Now, so immediately you get a sense of maybe he didn't go there to appeal to them, but to be able to say, I was so tough that I went in there and did that. But so far, it's not devastating yet. Second part, he continues, when I mentioned I'm going to get rid of Obamacare, they weren't happy. I didn't get the same response. That's okay. I want people to know what I stand for, and if I don't stand for what they want, go vote for someone else. That's just fine. Again, establishing his tough guy credentials. I could even go speak to black Americans and tell them I'm not going to do what you want me to do. Now, this is beginning to feel, pretty bad in terms of using that audience rather than trying to appeal to them. But point number three is the one that puts it away. Listen to what he said. But I hope people understand this. Your friends who like Obamacare, you remind them of this. If they want more stuff from government, tell them to go vote for the other guy. More free stuff. But don't forget, nothing's really free. So here he is telling his fundraisers, oh, I went and told those black folks, if you want free stuff, go vote for the other guy. The implicit assumptions there are overwhelming and very clear. So now that I have seen the second speech he made that day, one that was also pre-written before that day, it becomes obvious what Mitt Romney's plan was. Let me go give a speech at the NAACP event, let me seem like I'm tough and willing to face that audience, and then come back around and tell my fundraisers, you see that? I took it to them, and I told them in their face, they want all that free stuff. You know who they are. They want that free stuff. That's what they get under Obama, but they won't be getting it under me. Well, then let me officially take away all credit and do the exact opposite. So it turns out that you use them to then use racial stereotypes against them to get votes and money for yourself. Well, that's repulsive. Now, did Mitt Romney expect to get booed? Or did he say, well, look, I was just honestly taking my message there, and then golly gee, apparently, I got a hostile audience. I could have never expected that. Except apparently he could expect it. I'm going to go to clip 22 here, okay? Listen to what he says on Fox News.
I think we expected that, of course, but I'm going to give the same message to the NAACP that I give across the country, which is that Obamacare is killing jobs.
So apparently you did expect to get booed. You did expect a bad reaction, and perhaps, as you showed in the fundraiser afterwards, you were looking forward to it. But we just getting started. Now there's a new round of conspiracy theories that he might have brought people in. Now these are, I call them conspiracy theories as the press has, but if you look at the actual person telling you the theories, you're beginning to get in the sense that it's backed up by facts. Hillary Shelton is the NAACP Vice President for Advocacy, and here's what he told MSNBC. Quite frankly, the campaign actually gave me a list of African-American VIPs that they brought into the NAACP meeting, which then opens up a second line of questioning. Not only did Mitt Romney expect it, not only was he going to use it as a prop, he might have actually set up either the applause or the boos by bringing in his own people. Hillary Shelton continues. They're bringing people in that they know will support his agenda from other places. that aren't active with the NAACP. These are people who are brought in to actually provide the cheering for him, so there will be some support along those lines. So now that's interesting because Mitt Romney later both brags about getting booed, like, oh, we expected that, and oh, I still took the fight to them, both on Fox and in his fundraiser. Also on Fox, he also bragged about the standing ovation he got at the end. And we had said, hey, look, isn't that nice of the audience to give him a standing ovation later, right? It turns out, according to Hillary Shelton, those might be the guys he shipped in to give him the applause and perhaps to even boo him so that he could use it later. Man, if that's true, that's some devious stuff. How does it play out? Well, watch the rest of the pieces fall into place. So watch Neil Cavuto as he introduces Mitt Romney.
Imagine being Mitt Romney speaking to the NAACP today. Let's just say not a solid Republican demographic.
In other words, Fox News going along with the talking point. Mitt Romney, what an American hero for actually talking to black Americans. My God, is he going to be okay? Well, Michelle Malkin joins in on the fun, of course, also on Fox News.
I think you've got to give him a huge amount of credit for going into such a loaded lion's den. And it raises the question of when Barack Obama is ever going to step outside his thick, protected bubble and do anything at all similar to this.
First of all, I love the assumptions there. If you go to speak to African Americans, it's the lion's den. We were talking about it today earlier with JR during the morning meeting, and he's like, what are they going to do to you? I mean, at most, what can they do? Boo you. And it turns out those might have been your guys that you brought in so you could do this political theater along with Fox News Channel. Man, just when you thought Mitt Romney was really repulsive, he takes it to a whole new level.